Again, we do music videos, documentaries, commercials, corporate videos. We work with a lot of great people. One of them is Les Brown.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life. And through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Barrington Marson on the show today. He is a filmmaker. And can I give a little bit of our history?
Sure.
Okay. So when the film industry, the incentives first went in, one of the first shows was Vampire Diaries.
Right.
And you do not recall this, but I recall this because everybody was doing background at the time.
Yeah.
Most of us actors had come from theater, so we were like, oh my God, we get to be on a real set. And you did some Vampire Diaries. I did some Vampire Diaries. And I remember being on a bus with you, and you were talking to another guy, and you had just come out of film school, I believe.
Yeah.
And you were talking about filmmaking, and I just remember being fascinated, and I didn't really think anything of it. And a couple of months later, there was Adam
Rosenberg,
yeah. and Sean Peak. You were doing your first film with them, and then they pulled me into a little goofy part.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. I mean, that was something I think we just added in there.
Yeah.
We just wanted to kind of add more punch to the comedy and stuff, which it worked out really good. So I think.
Yeah, and it was just at a time where everybody was kind of experimenting with the things that we had, and I had just started coaching kids at that time.
Right.
So we've all been able to kind of grow with the industry and see the things, from then until now is pretty cool, because now my studio has booked in Disney now and Nickelodeon, Lifetime. I mean, tons of different things.
That's awesome. Awesome.
So it's really neat. So let's talk about Abiding, your feature film.
Yes.
Are you completed with it?
We are done with principal photography. We're actually going to start the post-production this weekend.
Okay.
Which is going to be a fun process. It's going to be more of a relief for me because I don't have to go through the whole production process of loading my truck every weekend. So this is more of the chill mode. I can be with my editor. We can kind of just pick out the best scenes and stuff like that. So that's my second favorite part is editing. So I think it's going to be a smooth process.
So tell us a little bit about the storyline.
So the storyline's about a character named Arthur Fisher. He's worked in the crime world. He's like kind of contract hitman. He's a single parent. And, he has 2 kids that he doesn't really have the best relationship with. And I really wanted to touch around with that type of story because it has those hitman elements to it, but we don't really see what goes on in a hitman's life when he's not killing somebody,
Okay.
So we see a lot of those drama that goes on, but at the same time, he's done a lot of things in his past that's come back to haunt him now. So now he has to really let his kids know, like, this is what I do.
Wow.
And then they're getting caught in the crossfire now. So now he's trying to protect his family and trying to figure out who is really targeting him and his kids.
Now, this is a lot different. When you started out, you were focused more on comedy. So what's kind of moved you more in the dramatic?
Comedy's come very natural for me because when I was in college, I did a lot of short comedy films, and they came really easy for me, but I also enjoy doing dramas. I think that's another side a lot of people doesn't know me by. So I'm really good at doing dramas. So this movie for me is my first really crime thriller movie. And so people can really see the different style of writing and directing I can do. And so far it's been really successful. We got the teaser trailer online right now. We'll have another trailer probably around December, because right now we're going to start the post-production, then we'll go into the whole marketing campaign and all that stuff.
And I think we'll probably put the trailer, a little bit of the trailer at the beginning of this segment so people can kind of see.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be really good. I mean, we worked really hard. We did about 22 days shoot, and roughly altogether maybe 27.
Wow.
Because we would film on weekends, and I would do pickups on Tuesdays.
Uh-huh.
And luckily my cast and crew had a good flexible schedule, so we was able to do our reshoots while we were still in production.
Wow.
And that's something I kind of encourage a lot of people that, doing your feature film is try to fit that in there if you can. So it kind of saves you a lot of time and money, so you don't have to do all them shoots, when you're done.
Yeah, and you learn that in the beginning, making those mistakes, right?
Yeah. It's just like those first 2 days for me, I get nervous because, this has been like a 2-year process, me making this movie happen. I mean, I was trying to make it in 2017. I got sick for a couple months, and then 2018, I just just didn't really have the financial issues.
Right.
So I think it was like I took some time off last year. I was just like, I just needed some time from this movie, clear my head. And about 6 months later, I said, you know what? I talked to my wife, Kimberly. I said, you know what? It's time. Let me reach out to the cast again. Let me see if there's still interest. So the first person I reached out was my main actor, Levi Burdick. Josh Levi. So he did an awesome job on this movie. And when I reached out to him, I said, man, I'm thinking about let's get this movie going again. He was just like, let's do it. So, I slowly, reached out to the rest of the cast and they came on board. Some, didn't come on board no more, so it is what it is.
Right.
And, I had to kind of find a new crew and stuff like that. So it's been kind of a...
So let's talk about putting a team together for crew. And let me say, through working with my husband, Diego, I've always been on the acting side, but since he and I have gotten married, I've seen, I've been on the other side, and I have ultimate respect that I don't think that any actor could really have until they get on the other side. Putting a team together, what do you look for? What is your main, are you more focused on, what is crucial to you as far as that team that you have to have?
I've got to have a really good DP that I think we both are on the same page. And I had a really good DP, Juan Ladondo, if I'm saying his last name right. He's from Colombia, but he's awesome, guys. I think we both are very similar how we work. We like to we like to do a shot list, but the thing is, like, you could do a shot list, but things change so much dramatically when you get on the location. And me and him are both just like to get creative when we get on set.
Right.
So me and him had a really good relationship. We're still working on other projects now. And a really good script supervisor, Carly Raymond, did an awesome job. She kind of put me in check a lot.
Okay, yeah, and it's important because you're moving so fast that details get lost.
Right, exactly. You're so technical on the aspect of just making sure the framing's right. You're worrying about how much time you have at that location and so forth. So she was actually really awesome, just making sure, Barrington, you got to get this, you got to get that, So she's really was very helpful, and just having a good AD to kind of make sure to fluctuate other departments and stuff like that. And I had Kai Curry was my first AD on this project, and he did an awesome job. And he was actually a production assistant, and he got bumped to a first AD because I kind of just wasn't really quite getting along with my first AD I did have.
Right.
So, I did pump him to that position, and he took it on. I just sent him a couple videos like, hey, this is what I have to do, and he picked on, and he killed it. So.
Now, how many people have you worked with that maybe started off doing some stuff with you, and they've gone on to really work on sets and
I have a lot of electrician grips, gaffers that do work on big sets now. Sway Davenport, he works on Greenleaf, and I think he's on Coming to America right now. So he's working on a lot of big sets. So yeah, we had a couple, people that are still working on a lot of indie projects and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you're still gaining as much experience as you can, and I believe where we're at in Atlanta, and I was talking to our previous guest Patrick about this, is we all have to be helping each other out because Atlanta has to rise to a certain level.
Exactly.
So I have for you some candy to remind you, some chocolate to remind you that you are a gift in life.
Yes, thank you.
What is future projects?
Future projects. I'm in negotiations on a biopic. Can't quite discuss the person, but that's something I'm working on trying to do the next summer. So, I'm currently working on putting stuff together right now, just doing an early draft of a screenplay. So I'm pretty excited about that. So it's just a matter of just getting everything finalized. And my company, we're still doing a lot of projects. We do a lot of music videos, commercials.
Yeah, and what's the name of your company?
Barrington Marson Films. And again, we do music videos, documentaries, commercials, corporate videos. We work with a lot of great people. One of them was Les Brown.
Yeah,
and,
wow, yeah.
And Ona Brown, we've worked with them and a couple of different companies and stuff like that. So we're just continuously growing, trying to, network and just build our company and stuff like that. So it's going.
So you would be a place that people would go if they're looking to do a music video or put a commercial together or.
documentary, a short film, feature film. I mean, we actually are doing 2 pilots this month for different companies. We're doing a reality show pilot, and then we're doing a trailer shoot for a company as well. And then we have a couple music videos come up as well for next month. So trying to stay busy.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Some advice to give to an upcoming filmmaker, and I'm talking about in the very beginning.
Definitely believe in your craft and believe what you're doing. Have a purpose why you're doing it, and just stay consistent. Definitely do a lot of networking. Because that's one thing my school didn't teach me, is just how to network.
Yeah.
They'll teach you the fundamentals of like the equipment and gear and stuff like that, but they don't teach you how to network, brand your company, brand yourself. So I think that's the most biggest thing, is like make a name for yourself, and just stay plugging in as much as possible and getting better at every project. And, even do a lot of free work. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to do the free work, but that free work is going to lead into a lot of bigger opportunities and to get your name out there.
Yeah, and I tell people a lot, even when I first started my studio, there were things that I was like, why am I doing this? And I had to, because I wouldn't have been able to grow had I not.
Right.
But now I look back and I see where every level came into play, and that I needed that to be able to maintain on a bigger, so take the time to learn everything that you can.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, it's like I film, write, direct, edit. I like to do a whole bunch of different projects, not just films. I want to tap into doing commercials, documentaries, promos. Because you always want to have those type of clients like, well, can you do this? Can you do that? And I want to be able to say, yes, I can do all those.
Right.
So, it's good to plug yourself in, but definitely I'm going to promote my website so I don't forget. But
yes, do.
Follow me at www.barringtonmarson.com. That's BARRINGTON, Marson, MARSON.com.
Yeah, and you guys follow this guy. He's been working it for a long time. I have no doubt that you're going to end up where you want to end up. No doubt.
Thank you.
Thank you. We hope this segment educated and inspired you.